Hop Hermits. We're in the studio with Nelquan Jones.
What's up, y'all?
From Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, b.l.a.k 716.
And you wrote a song about Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I
Ghost
did.
Town.
Yeah,
you want to talk about that?
Well, basically, Buffalo is it's really depressing. I guess everyone might say that. People who are from small towns, once they move to big cities, really depressing. But it's always home. So I figure, I wanted to make a song where it's like I appreciated my city, but also talked about some of the perils of the city, some of the things I would hope to see happen to the city. And whenever I can go out and like bring something back to my city, that's what I hope to do in the future. So I think that's what that song's about.
So how has that city influenced your style, your musical style?
Every time I go back to Buffalo, I get really creative, maybe because it's so depressing to me. So it's like you get a creative juice, you get the creative juices alone because there's a lot of solidarity there.
Yeah.
And maybe because there is a lot of, there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of poverty. So it's like a oneness, and you feel everything and you experience everything. So it's a little different opposed to like in New York, everything's happening past you. In Buffalo, you kind of experience it, and everything's happening with you too.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel it a little bit more. So my creative juice is always flowing every time I'm
It's
back in
interesting
town.
you say that there's a lot of crime in Buffalo, because when we hear Buffalo, we don't associate it with
Yeah, I think
any
it's
crime.
just a snowball. No,
Yeah.
but Buffalo, in the song I say like it's 11th place on like the most murders in the United States as far as national cities. So like there is a lot of crime, and most of the crime roots from the economic issue of people not being able to find jobs.
Yeah.
So it's it's a whole process, and a lot of attention isn't paid to it. But whatever I can do to pay homage to my city, I'm just always willing to do
It's
that.
a dope song.
Yeah.
You talk about being creative every time you go back home. Like, what's your creative process like when you write these songs?
I prefer when melodies just come to me, because sometimes I just like sit there, I'm watching something, or I'm just like outside and like a melody comes to my head. So I prefer those type of songs because they turn out to be the most creative. But sometimes my friend sends me tracks, I listen to that. But I always try to feel, if I can't feel something, I don't write anything to it. So I come with melodies and I hear things that I would like to write a song to, but I have to feel it. Like there has to be some kind of, I can't really explain it, but it has to be a feeling where I will take the next step and write out a full song to it and want to possibly record it. So
Okay.
And you're a senior here at
Yeah.
Manhattanville College, and your major is music business, right?
Yeah.
And can you talk about the internship you have? What label is it under?
Oh, well, I've had a couple internships. Right now I'm with Primary Wave. It's a music management, full-purpose music firm. Basically do synchronization. They do label services. I work with artists such as Jagged Edge, b.l.a.k, Deborah Cox. We finally signed Melanie Fiona. So it's becoming a breeding ground for a lot of R&B acts who need specified music marketing, need specified label services, opposed to the big label company. I used to intern at Epic, and you see a difference in how an artist is treated through the system, through the machine, and through a specified music firm where they can kind of focus on the target market of the artist, opposed to running them through the process of the machine. So it's pretty interesting.
You said you used to work at Epic. Wasn't Bobby Shmurda signed to Epic?
Yes, Bobby Shmurda was signed to. I think he still is signed with Epic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby. Free Bobby, I'm just, he's a cool dude. So, shout out to Bobby Shmurda.
You met him before?
Yeah, I met him a couple times. And, unfortunate things happen, but hey, I hope it works out for him.
Yeah.
And how do you think your internships with labels have helped you with your music career?
I don't know if it has helped. If it's helped me with my music career, I feel like it's made my resume look good. It's taught me the do's and the don'ts. It's made me smarter, more aware of what I want my business to look like and what my brand to be as an artist. But I feel like it's nothing more sadder than like being in a label, doing marketing one sheets and social media for artists when no offense, but like I'll sing this dude, like I can do this. So it's like it's encouraging, it's motivating, and then sometimes it gets a little depressing because you're like, I'm doing all this work for someone else when I should be.
Because you want to be the artist.
Yeah. And I think like every artist deals with that kind of stuff, because if you look throughout a lot of these music companies, a lot of the people working in them are actual artists themselves. So they're always trying to find or maneuver a way to get to further their own career. So you kind of deal with that.
So would you say that the internship helped you learn more about the business?
Oh yeah, definitely. It helped me learn about the business. It gave me marketing experience. It gave me professional experience. So professionally, like in the music business side, I'm well versed in that. On the artist side, it can get stifling on your creative because I feel like because I'm so depressed, I'm not really that creative. It's just like I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So it's that's just a me thing. Like I have to work that out. But you know.
What have you done to market yourself as an artist? Like how hard is it to get your name out there?
Well, when you have things like school, every other thing that has to be done before, like you may put off your own artistry, you may put off your own self promotion. So actually, if I can say this on air, I've actually taken like managerial lists from Epic. I have a list of all the managers on that label. I've sent out my demo to all those people. It may be illegal, it may not be ethical, but people gotta do what they gotta do. So Vince Herbert, holla back, So I really got a list of Mega Trainers, management, Sade, and I just like sent out my demo to all those people, and like I send out email blasts. I try to go to events whenever I can. So it's all about, and I try to get as much stage experience as possible because that's the one thing I really want to work on is my stage presence.
And didn't you contact Sierra's manager?
Oh yeah, one time I butt dialed Sierra's manager and I was actually screaming at my sister about something dumb. I think it was like some piece of food. I was like, damn it. But things happen like that. But hey, I got Sierra's manager's number in my phone, so hey, maybe we can go into business someday. So.
I saw on Twitter, I think you reached out to Missy Elliott or something.
Oh, yeah. You saw that, man. Yeah.
You trying everything.
Yo, Missy Elliott was giving out advice to artists, and I said, hey, well, you want to check out Brushstrokes? Available now. That's hey, everyone started somewhere, and it's about humility. So you have to humble yourself and say, like, I'm doing whatever I can to make my dream come true. So,
and that's what you got to do. Like, I learned about, like, a lot of artists, like, I like J. Cole's stories and how he came up. Like when he went to some Sweet 16, and like Jay-Z and Kanye were gonna be there, and he wasn't even invited, but somehow he got in. And he had a shirt that said like produced for Jay-Z. And the guy trying, he was just trying to like get noticed.
Yeah, him. He did like Sean. Like you have to do what you have to do, and you have to do what you have to do to stand out and to get your name out there because it's not necessarily about talent. It's about a combination of talent, drive, and perseverance. So I'm just in it for the long haul.
You talk about drive. What's your work ethic like as far as music goes?
Oh, when it comes to my music, I don't want to be a butthole, but it has to be right. Like when I'm doing my practices, I like a certain amount of practices before I feel comfortable going on stage. So I try to make sure that whenever I go on stage, I put forth my best effort. So I like to do as many practices as possible. I like to make sure the harmonies are right. When I'm singing with people, I like to make sure the instrumentation is right. I like to make sure that people, when they're playing or singing with me, that they feel it. They're just not playing like mechanical. I want them to feel the music.
Yeah.
So it's a process, and I think anything with art, you know when it's right.
Yeah. So, I don't think there's wrong with wanting perfection when you perform or recording. It only makes the music better.
Yeah. But you want it down to a science where it's not necessarily mechanical, but you can be so comfortable in the practice, you can be so comfortable in the material that you have room to do inflections, you have room to maybe ad-lib something, but you're so comfortable in the way it's supposed to go that you have that freedom, opposed to just going up there and not knowing what you're doing. So
your EP Brushstrokes came out not too long ago.
Yeah, it came on my birthday.
Yeah.
When was your birthday?
December 16th.
Okay.
Brianna did the artwork, I think.
Yeah, Brianna. Shout out to Bricks Creations. Brianna Nicole, my friend. Like she did a couple of art pieces for her exhibit, and I was like, wow, that's dope. And I wanted a theme for Brushstrokes. I wanted it to be kind of like shades of love, and I hope to expand on it in the future to make it a series kind of thing. But I wanted an art theme, and like her art spoke to me, and I said, that would be a dope cover. Can I use it? And she said, yeah. So I think that's the theme of Brushstrokes.
So how long did it take you to come up with the concept of Brushstrokes?
Well, Brushstrokes, I wrote down on a piece of paper my sophomore year that I wanted to release something, like no matter how professional, like I just wanted to release something because I had like a lot of music recorded. Yeah. So I said, my senior year, like that's the goal I want for that. So it probably took me maybe 3 months to come up with the concept of Brushstrokes, but I always had in the back of my head that I want to release something. So maybe like 3 months.
So did you make it like? Did you make it with the song? Did you make the songs with the intent of being like, okay, this one's gonna be on Brushstrokes, or this one's just, or were they just songs that you recorded?
No. I have like.
Were they tailor made for the project? That's what
no. I have probably like 200 songs written. Either they're recorded, like I've recorded the verse and the chorus, all like I have like all on my drive and stuff, because I'm always coming up with music. And I just knew the first project that I wanted to pick songs out of that collection that fit the theme of Brushstrokes, and I also wanted to use some of the songs that I had performed here that people, you know, they gravitated towards. So I wanted to put a couple of those, and a couple of songs like the title song Brushstrokes that was originally written for this project. So a song like that was written for this project, and other things were just kind of added in, you know, whatever I felt like fit the theme of Brushstrokes.
Do you sing specifically from your own experiences, or do you ever like go outside and create like a third person perspective or something?
I try to sing from my own experience, but I feel like music and art is not just about the artist, it's about the audience. So it's about the audience experience, about taking the audience somewhere, and you can't experience everything. So it's about painting a picture. You can put yourself in it, you can add elements of yourself, but it's basically about the audience. So whenever I write a song, it's not necessarily about me, even though it comes from me. It's about what I feel like I want to share with the audience. So I want to share an audience about this specific topic, even though I probably haven't been through it. I can relate to it, and I have that humanity in it, that compassion in it, that I can probably sing it to my audience. So I don't think you necessarily have to go through everything in order to sing about it, because then you sing like art. You have actors. You can't. You know, it's about art. So it's about a performance also, and entertainment. So it doesn't necessarily have to be autobiographical all the time. Yeah.
In your song, Records in the Attic, can you talk about the idea behind that song? Like, that one's a standout, I think.
Records in the Attic, actually, my sister actually helped me co-write that. It just, when I heard the instrumental, we were in the basement of my friend's house who I recorded with, and I just heard it, and it made me feel good. Like, it gave me that old school kind of vibe, and actually wrote the song with Michael Jackson in mind, because I felt the spirit of him while writing that song, and then my sister, she was like, you know, you should add this, and then it became like I dedicate that song to her, because it's like a good old school kind of feeling song, and yeah, so it was kind of heard the instrumental, I felt some MJ vibe, you know. I said, you know, this would be a good song.
Yeah. So you talk about writing the song, like how did you learn how to write songs?
How to learn how to write songs. Well, when I was a kid, I used to always love to sing. Like, I've been singing since I go with my mouth. Like, I remember I was 2 years old, and I was singing at my uncle's prison. I don't want to blow my uncle's spot up, but I was singing, like, then.
And you were singing in the prison?
It was like...
To, like, the inmates and stuff?
No, there was like a visit. It was like a family day, and, like, they had a mic on stage, and, like, there's a picture of me, like, just singing on stage.
So what song you were singing?
I have no idea. But I see the picture of me singing at a prison, and apparently people look at me.
You know, people usually say that I start singing in church.
No. I started singing in the prisons at 2 years old. No, I sang at my Head Start graduation. I did sing in church, but that's not where I started. I started in prisons, so, you know,
that is interesting.
Reach out to the inmates. Yeah. But, so when I started writing songs, it was like I wanted to sing songs, but I was like, I want to write my own songs, but how am I going to write my own songs? I don't know how to write songs. So, when I was a kid, like my first bad song, like I would hear songs on the radio, and I would write my own version to it. So that's how I kind of got practice of writing lyrics to melody. And then one of the first like original songs I wrote was probably in 7th grade, and it was called Prom Date. Yeah, I remember that song. Yeah, it was corny, but
Prom Date.
Yeah,
you still remember it?
Oh yeah, it was like, would you be my prom date? You don't have to be late. It's only for one night. I'll make it feel alright. Would you be my prom date? You won't have to. It was corny. It was corny
or something. I
thought I've sang on a cruise before because my mother is kind of different. And, yeah, because if you've ever been on a cruise, you know, like the little. It's kind of corny show, like the little shows they have, like with orchestra and stuff. Yeah. So the guy is going around singing, and all of a sudden, my mom raised her hand, and he's like, and she's like, "Can my son sing?" And I'm like, "What? This is a group full of people, full of white people." I'm like, "What the? I'm not. Yeah. My son can sing." So then he gave me the mic, and I went up there and sang with the orchestra and everything. It was like one of the best experiences of my life.
How old were you?
I was probably 12 or 13. Yeah.
Wow.
My mom is responsible for a lot of times of me singing when I really didn't want to. So
but that helps you out, when people ask you to sing on the spot. Like
you're very right about that because I can't tell you how many times my mom has told me to sing in the supermarket for somebody, and I just got tired of arguing with her. Where I said, it's practice to sing on the spot, and where you get over your nervousness, and it's a skill to sing on the spot, and
When you went through, a lot of times artists' voice change. Like, we hear like Michael Jackson's voice change when he went through puberty. Chris Brown, like, did you struggle with that?
Oh yeah, because I've never really liked my voice. I'm just now recently learned to like my voice because my voice is so heavy and so dark. Yeah. And then I learned that it's really unique for R&B singers because everyone has like that high falsetto kind of voice. Yeah. But my voice, I have the range of that because my vocal teacher told me that I'm not a tenor and I'm not a baritone. He said that you're like a baritone, where you can hit the notes of some and so it's like I have a very unique voice. So learning to accept the uniqueness of my voice was a process because like I used to be able to hit whistle registers and now I can't do that anymore. Yeah. So it's like it was adjusting to that, but your voice is like it's like you. It's a part of you, and you evolve as a person. Your music evolves as a person, and so does your voice. So
The only person that I heard that sounds exactly like you is Sampha. You know who Sampha is?
Yes, I like Sampha. I rock with Sampha. Yeah, I like Sampha.
I was wondering if are you influenced by him like at all? Because you guys sound very similar.
I like him, but whenever people say I sound like an artist or I'm compared to an artist, I try to stray away from them. Yeah. Because I'm trying to find my own sound. And as a little kid, I used to do talent shows. I used to sing Ruben Studdard songs and Luther Vandross songs, and I'll get really compared to them. And I really, even though I commend Luther Vandross and Ruben Studdard for who they are as great artists, I was like, nah, I don't want to sound like them. Like, I want to be Nelquan. So I stopped listening to them. So I try to listen to people who may be complete opposite, so I can like incorporate the uniqueness of my voice with maybe the melody or maybe the essence of that. So I try to listen to people who don't sound anything like me. So, but I do listen to people like that in order to learn how to work my voice. I learned how listen to Luther, how to hit those notes or how to get to that melody or maybe do a run. But I try to stray away from that.
Okay.
But Sampha's great. Like, his music is dope.
I noticed you're pretty good at networking. Like whenever we have artists come here, you're always like talking to them and everything. And then I noticed you take to social media and like reach out to them and stuff. Like, how did you develop that skill?
I guess that was a process of learning because I'm really awkward. By nature, I'm awkward and shy. So, but like when you tell yourself like this can further your career, this can advance you, it motivates you. So it's just working at it. Just working at it, working in music and being around certain people, you just learn how to talk the language, how to, it's like a dance to interact and network with people. So you just kind of learn from experience and you make yourself practice at it. Yeah.
So what are your plans? Because you're a senior now, you're about to graduate in like, less than a month? Yeah. So what are your plans for when you leave the Ville?
See, that's an interesting question. It's a lot of gray. I said I wanted either a job. I would like a job in the city, and I know a couple people who are they're interested in helping me take my career to the next level. But I said if that doesn't work out, like it used to like really mess me up that if I had to go back to Buffalo. But now I'm kind of seeing the blessing in that because Buffalo is so close to Toronto, and I'm thinking like I've always wanted to help my city. There's so much talent in my city. If you don't know, Rick James, Brian McKnight. The Goo Goo Dolls, like all
people that came here from the
exactly, they were like one of the some of the dopest rappers, and they were from Buffalo. So I said, you know what? I always wanted my own label. Like, why not start in my own city? Yeah. Toronto's right there; it's the next music city. Like, why not start in my own city? So I'm always about letting whatever you say, God, the universe, guide me. So it's not so much of me having a plan that. It's whatever happens, and like I used to be trepidatious about going back to Buffalo, but now I'm starting to see that there can be a blessing in that because like it can be the new Motown. Like it's so easy to start a label, and there's no concrete music in Buffalo, and why not? Why can't I be a part of it? It has to start somewhere, and I'm looking forward to that because you never know what could happen from that.
And is there anyone you plan on collaborating with or want to collaborate with?
Oh, plan?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Yeah, I wrote like a little list. If I some producers. I would love to collaborate with. I love to collaborate with Dawn Richard. She has a dope sound. I love to collaborate with Sanva. I would love to collaborate with. Don't laugh at me, Elton John.
Nah, that's dope.
I would love to collaborate with Coldplay. Like, there's so many great artists that I appreciate their sound. Like, I would love to like write a country song with Brooks and Dunn. Like, I love so many different genres of music, and I appreciate so many songwriters because there's an art to songwriting.
Yeah.
That I would love to work with anybody.
We're speaking about collaboration,
and not just the people that are on top 40, like the legends and the up and coming people who have such unique sounds. That,
Yeah, we talking about collaborations and everything. We waiting for that Rider remix.
Hey,
featuring Andre Blue.
We have to get that recorded because I wasn't. I didn't perform it, but that's be on the lookout. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Be on the lookout.
Are you guys planning on working on anything more other than the Rider remix?
I know he has his mixtape coming up, but depending on if I stay in the city, like we'll definitely probably work on something.
Did you record anything for his mixtape?
No.
Okay.
I think he released that with Matt. So, but like that's that's my homie. Like we'll definitely work on something eventually.
Would you and Matt do anything together?
Me and Matt.
That's Matt Label.
Yeah. Me and Matt we wrote like a song together. We never recorded it though, but Matt's dope. I wish his love of melody. Like I wish I could write pop songs like him. Like he's dope.
And Brushstrokes is your only project out?
Yeah, it's I think it's about 9 songs on there. It's just a compilation of all my demos, and as soon as I graduate, when I have more time to record, hopefully I can release a upcoming project. I'm looking for something to release in September, so hopefully I'll have something out by then.
Do you have songs in the vault?
Oh, of course. Man, I got 200. I have so many songs. I have songs on my phone. Like I have a lot of songs, and I have a lot of things to say that are much different from Brushstrokes. So it's a different theme than Brushstrokes, So I'm very excited to start recording the new music that I have.
Yeah, like your song Ghost Town sticks out to me a lot because I haven't heard too many songs like that, and
thanks.
I think it's a standout on the project. Are you gonna touch more wider variety of topics like that?
Yeah, like one thing I appreciated about artists like Michael Jackson is that like he went away from like everyone sings about love songs. Love is great. But he talked about the environment. He talked about poverty. He talked about race. That's the type of artist I want to talk about. I want to be. I don't just want to stay on love songs. I want to be an orator, a musical orator for the world. So I have like songs about gay marriage. I have songs about elephants. Like it's like about saving the elephants. I have songs about the homeless.
You got songs about saving the elephants.
Yeah,
man.
it's called there's no more. It's called Elephants to Love. It's a really good song. Once I record it,
so cool.
once it's like I'm always I like to reflect on the world that I live in. So so I definitely want to expand my horizons when it comes to music.
Oh, will there be a music video for the Elephants to Love with elephants in it?
You know what?
That's a good question.
I actually wrote Elephants to Love with U2 in mind. So if my situation leads me to be able to work with U2, just know that U2 would be in the video. So.
Yes.
When you said U2, I thought you meant us too.
Oh, U2 can be in there too.
Oh, I thought you was talking about U2, like us too.
Of course U2
can trying to get a cameo in
the
video.
Oh, no, y'all could be in the video. But I was talking about Bono, U2.
Oh, okay.
But hey.
Okay. I think that's all the questions we have. Any more questions, Matt?
Nah, man. Hey, one more question.
What?
If you could describe your sound in one word, what would it be?
My sound in one word. Oh, wow, that's it.
That's a good question, huh? Take your time. There's no rush.
Damn, that's a really good question.
Got him.
Free.
Wow, that's a great answer. Nobody said that. Everyone was like, real, loud.
No, because free can be good. It can be good. It can be bad. It's just that's what it is. It's free.
Yeah.
You know. Doesn't have to, you don't necessarily have to like it all the time. It's just free.
The last question I always ask everyone, I got this from Nardwuar interviews. I don't know if you ever seen a Nardwuar interview, but he always ends his interviews by asking like why they should care about the artist. So why do you think people should care about you like as an artist? Like, because there's so much music out there. So why should they stop and like take the time to listen to Brushstrokes or any other future?
You want me to give you my politically correct answer?
Nah, give us the real answer.
Both.
Okay, well, you should care about me because every R&B is it's unappreciated. It's watered down. It's become, if you ever look at how they categorize music, they don't even give R&B a section anymore. They put it in hip hop, and I'm all about like the essence of R&B. And I'm no offense, but I can actually sing. Like most of these cats can't sing.
Yeah.
They can't sing. They can hold it. They can't sing. I can sing. So I can sing. I write pretty my music you can probably sing along to. You can think to it, and I can sing. I hope that doesn't sound too cocky, but
nah, man, be confident in yourself. If
you're
not confident,
like,
who else
I can sing, and I try to write music that relates to people, and I also try to create music that you can sing along to. You know?
You talk about rap. Would you ever like spit a verse? Do you know how to rap?
No, I see. I don't know how to rap. I just got I got flow. But I don't have no lyrics.
Flow.
Yo, like if I had a ghostwriter, like I can spit, but I ain't got no lyrics.
What you should do is you get Steven to write your rap.
You know what?
And then you just flow.
I might have me a ghostwriter. I might have me a ghostwriter in the future. That sounds Nell Nasty. Look forward to that. I think that would be my rap alter ego.
Nell Nasty.
Nell Nasty.
All right.
Nell Nasty.
We appreciate you stopping by the Hip Hop Hermits radio show
so much.
on WMVL.
This is good.
You like the interview?
Yeah, I love this. This is great, man.
Were you nervous before?
I was a little. I didn't know what you was gonna ask me, but it's cool.
Yeah, I know you.
Were you comfortable?
I'm very comfortable. Thank you guys for having me, and thank you everyone for listening in. Brushstrokes available now, and have a good one.
On SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, where can people find you on social media to follow your journey?
You can find me on. Well, I'm the only Nelquan really on.
Well, you kind of right.
It's a very unique name, but you can find me on Nelquan Music on Instagram. You can find me NRJ Music Group on YouTube. Nelquan and the Kinks on Facebook. And yeah, anywhere you look Nelquan, you can find me on all social media.
Wait, did you have a band called Nelquan and the Kinks, right?
Yeah, I had a band. We did about 6 months. Yeah, we played Quad Jam and we played Fall Fest. We did pretty good.
Okay, what happened to it though?
Schedules. And yeah, it was more of like a schedule conflict, and my need to have a number of practices, and whenever you work with other people, you gotta work around their schedule also. Yeah. So but it might be a revival of Nelquan and the Kinks in the future. Who knows?
All right, guys, this was the Hip Hop Hermits radio show. We appreciate you stopping by again.
No problem.
This is DJ Matt Black and
DJ Gianni.
And yeah, we're signing out.
Thanks, y'all. That was dope.